That's right. The Boston Source here, and I got a great fighter here that has a big bout coming up against Kevin Salgado, April 22nd, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. That's right. He is undefeated. That is Elijah Garcia. Now, Elijah, you're opening the Showtime pay-per-view fight card here against Kevin Salgado next Saturday. How has Clint gone for you before getting out to Las Vegas?
Everything's going good. In boxing, in my camps, I have doctors. I have lots of doctors, and it's more than boxing. So, I have lots of my opponent. I have lots of appointments, doctor's appointments. Lots of cool activities I got to do. That help me more mentally. But my camp's going good. I felt like I just came out of camp, and I stayed in shape. I stayed in the gym. And I feel like it's nothing new to me. I never missed a beat. So
You're coming off a big win against Amilcar Vidal last month, and now you're back in the ring against Kevin Salgado. What are your thoughts about being back in the ring this quickly?
I think it's an advantage to me because I've stayed active. I've been in the ring. I don't really have any rust. Just staying ready, staying in the gym. I'm ready, and mentally, I'm more than prepared, to go 10 rounds. So this is going to be a great opportunity for me to show my skills on pay-per-view on such a huge card. Some say maybe the biggest card of the year. So I'm ready.
Now, what have you seen in Kevin Salgado from his last few fights?
uh you know uh, he has 15, 16, was it 17? He has like 17 pro fights. His only loss to Joey Spencer. He has experience. I'd say, his thing is he don't like it's hard for him to push, the pace. I watched him when he fought Joey Spencer. He couldn't, really create his own pace because Joey Spencer was boxing him, keeping him on the outside. But with me, I believe I'll make Kevin, throw punches. I'll make him fight on the inside. Don't get me wrong, Kevin's a Mexican and he's from Mexico, and 100%, he has a warrior in him, and I think I'm gonna bring it out, and we're gonna shoot fireworks.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, in your last fight against Vidal, you said that you may have lost the first couple of rounds, but eventually you were breaking them down, and then you caught him and eventually finished him. You also mentioned that you were able to tell when he was hurt and that you took advantage of that and was able to stop it. Now, did you get that from your previous experience in stopping opponents since you had like 11 of those stoppages up to that point?
Yeah, 100%. I'm a finisher. That's what I do. Once I find someone's hurt, or when once I smell the blood, I could feel it. I feel it, and I wasn't sure how hurt he was. Luckily I got the experience, or the knowledge to understand that, and so I touched him a little bit, and I noticed he wasn't throwing anything back. So I ended up putting my punches together and finishing him. But 100%, I have 11 stoppages, and I know when somebody's hurt, and I could finish the job right then and there if I have to.
Given that you're based here in Arizona, I know that they have a number of notable fighters in there, including David Benavidez and Jesus Ramos, who, were part of the previous pay-per-view on Showtime. Do you feel like, there's a lot of talent in that region in Arizona that fight fans are pretty much sleeping on or underestimate?
Yeah, 100%. Out here in Arizona, we got the Ramos. Yeah, we got the Ramoses. Benavides has been world champion, and I believe if I believe both Ramoses can become world champions 100%. They both have the dedication and the skills. And I want to be a world champion by the time I'm 21 years old. And imagine if we're all world champions. I think Arizona could be one of the best boxing states in the country, or if not, the world, if we all become world champions. And none of that, but on the rise, we have a lot of young I wouldn't say young, but we have a lot of prospects who have some talent, that are just building themselves up. And I wouldn't be surprised soon if we, see them on these undercards.
Yeah, gotcha, gotcha. Now you come from a fighting family as your father and grandfather were pro boxers and your uncle was a fighter. Your father also, serves as a head trainer. What does it mean for you to have that much history or fighting history in your family?
My last fight against Vidal, a lot of people said I was unexperienced. I didn't have the experience I had the experience to beat him, but my dad, he had 150 amateur fights. My mom's brother, my uncle, he had 150 amateur fights. My dad had 15 pro fights. My uncle had, 20 pro fights. My grandpa, my dad's dad, had 40 pro fights and all that. But my manager has nothing but Anthony McDonald. My manager has nothing but top athletes. So the experience wasn't on paper. The experience wasn't on paper, but we're right there. Like we have all the experience needed. In the corner, and yeah, like having my dad as the head coach in the corner. We're at home every day together. We're in the gym every day together. It's just a bond that we can't break.
Gotcha, gotcha. That's a great answer. Now, I know that you're not looking past this bout on April 22nd against Kevin Salgado, but your dad did mention that Jose Resendiz could be a potential opponent in the future. Would you be interested in that fight?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I think that would bring a lot of attention. He's a great fighter. He just beat Swift Hurd. Swift Hurd was a champion, and I believe that would be a great fight. You got two Mexicans going head to head. It's gonna be nothing but fireworks and bang. Like fireworks. So I believe that'd be a good fight. Somebody will get knocked out. And I think that's what people like to see.
Lastly, what message would you like to send your fans ahead of your bout against Kevin Salgado next Saturday in Las Vegas?
I'd say, I appreciate everyone that supports me, my family, my fans, everybody. And, after I get this victory, I give it all up to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He makes it happen. And without him, none of this is possible. And that's why I thank everybody. That's why I thank everybody, is what we work for.